In the final question on concept 2, letter E, they're again kind of asking us to work backwards here. They're telling us that g of x, which means we don't know what x is, gives us an answer of 0. So we're going to have to look at the g function and figure out what to plug in to give us 0 as an answer. Now you'll see there are two different answer spots, which implies that there are two different numbers that we could plug in for x that could potentially work. So the easiest way we found in the video for letter D was to try to set up an equation. So we don't have to guess and check, we just straight solve for the x's. To set up the equation, we copy out the g function, 2x squared minus 2, and then we equal it to the number that they're giving us, equal to 0. There are a variety of different ways you can solve this problem. If you're looking back at your first concept quiz, this problem would have been solved by factoring. In this particular function, we can actually do something a little easier. Because 2 is just a nice normal number and so is 0, we can just solve this algebraically. If we add the 2 over to the right side, that would give us 2x squared equals 2. If we divide by 2 on both sides, that would give us x squared equals 1. Now it's important to remember here that we're trying to figure out what x is, meaning something squared needs to come out to be 1. If technically you want to think about it, that means we're square rooting, and we're figuring out what times itself comes out to be positive 1. We know that positive 1 times positive 1 would work. We also know that negative 1 times negative 1 would also work. And that's why there are two answer spaces, because there's technically two different numbers that we could try, both of which got plugged in. If you do negative 1 squared times 2 minus 2, yep, that one works. If you do positive 1 squared times 2 minus 2, that one works as well. So that's why there are two different answers that we can pick. Again, you can solve this by factoring, you can solve this by guess and check, or you can solve it the way you see it here, by moving over like terms and solving algebraically.